Happy New Year, friends. My name is Richard Val with Remax Crest Realty, and here is my 2018 Metro Vancouver market prediction video. Before we move forward with 2018, let's first have a look at what happened last year. 2017 started off moderately slow with an average price of $905,000 for all residential types. By the end of the first quarter, that number had already increased by 5% to $955,000. A strong demand for condos and townhouses continued to drive up market activities throughout the second and the third quarter of 2017. First-time home buyers, as well as those who were looking to downsize from their single detached home, were competing fiercely on these two types of home, which resulted in many multiple offer scenarios and put upward pressure on prices. At the end of the fourth quarter, the average price for all housing type was at $1.05 million, and that was a 16% increase from the beginning of the year. While the number of sales was the third highest we have seen in 10 years, and the inventory, on the other hand, was the second lowest on record for the same period in 2017. A 66% sales ratio indicated a market that was strongly in favor of the sellers. Also in 2017, we started to see a split appear in the marketplace between the single detached market and the condo townhouse market. While the single detached market was behaving in more of a balanced state, which offered home buyers many options to choose from, the demand for condo and townhouses completely outpaced its supply, which left many home buyers frustrated and condoless. Just to summarize 2017, here are some numbers. The benchmarks for all residential properties based on their housing types were $1.605 million for single detached home, and that was a 7.9% increase from 2016. $803,000 average price for townhouses, an increase of 18.5%. And lastly but not the least, sitting at $655,000 for condos. That was an astonishing increase of 25.9%. And now moving on to 2018, we're starting to see some new policies come into marketplace in an attempt to correct the market. Starting on January 1st, we have the new stress test. In my opinion, just like the foreign buyer tax that was introduced back in 2016, I believe the market will see a bit of a hurdle in the short run. However, in the long run, I believe the market will be able to absorb all the changes and correct itself in no time. Since insured mortgages, variable mortgages, as well as mortgages with 1, 2, 3, 4-year terms have already been stress tested, the new stress test will likely affect those who are putting down 20% with a 5-year fixed term. And for those of you who live in the city of Vancouver, now we have the new empty home tax in full effect. If you haven't already filed your declaration form, please go to City's website and fill out the form by February 2nd. We have inserted a link below for your convenience. Now let's look at some of the fundamentals of Vancouver's real estate market. Firstly, immigration. Over the past 2 years, more than 300,000 new immigrants were welcomed to Canada each year, with the majority of them settling into metropolises such as Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal. The Minister of Immigration of Canada has also hinted that this number will only going to increase in 2018, which will push the demand even further. Secondly, interest rate. Bank of Canada has kept its overnight rate at 1%. Consumer spending has remained very strong. Business investments as well as public infrastructure spending are contributing to the Canadian economy. And the central bank is in no way of slowing down our economy, even though by their estimate, our current interest rate is still about 2 full percentage points below what it could consider as neutral. Lastly, sitting at 5.1%, Vancouver has one of the nation's lowest unemployment rates, and that is about 1.2% below the national average. Another interesting fact, as of 2017, there are nearly 298,000 mortgage-free households in Vancouver, and the average market value is $1.23 million. That translates into $350 million worth of mortgage-free equity. In addition to that, 71% of those mortgage-free households owners are over 55 years of age, and within the next few years, they will be looking to downsize, which will further push the demand upward for condo and townhouses. All signs are indicating that Vancouver's real estate market is in no way of slowing down in 2018. I predict the price for condo and townhouses will continue to rise, whereas the demand and the price for single detached home will gradually level off. If you're thinking of selling in 2018, please feel free to give me a call. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. And if you are a buyer thinking of entering the market in 2018 or purchasing your second or third investment property, also give me a call and I'll be happy to discuss a strategy that will benefit you in your current marketplace. As always, I am Richard Bell, your real estate advisor for the 21st century. Until next time.